From lions to giraffes to museums. In today's video, we will look at 8 of the coolest places to visit in Nairobi City. By the end of this video, you will know their prices, locations, and what exactly to do in these places. And so without any further ado, let's dive in. The city of Nairobi is one of the unique cities in the world. Just 20 minutes away from the central business district lies an expansive national park where wildlife roams free with the city skyline forming the backdrop. You may have seen pictures such as these on social media and thought that they were an elaborate Photoshop hoax. They're not. These are genuine pictures photographed from the world's only national park adjacent to a booming metropolis. Established in 1946, the Nairobi National Park is Kenya's oldest national park. It is fenced on 3 sides, whereas the open southern boundary allows migrating wildlife to move between the park and the adjacent Kitengela Plains. The park's proximity to the city center gives Nairobi the much celebrated title of the safari capital of the world. You could be sipping a latte in one of the city's high-rise restaurants, then a mere 20 minutes later, you could be in the wild witnessing a pride of lions hunting their lunch. Here, skyscrapers give way to open grasslands and acacia bushes, home to over 100 mammal species including lions, leopards, cheetahs, hyenas, buffaloes, giraffes, zebras, and a diverse bird life with over 400 species recorded. The park is one of Kenya's most successful rhino sanctuaries, while the noble black rhino is the highlight of this unique park. Game drives are the most popular activity, but the park also offers picnic sites, camping sites, and walking trails for hikers. The national park is great to visit all year round, with mornings and evenings the best times to view wildlife, as this is when animals are mostly active. Entrance fees are 430 shillings for East African citizens and $43 for non-East African citizens. Kids pay half price in each category respectively. If you can't visit all the places on this list, make it a priority to visit the Nairobi National Park for an unforgettable safari experience. The Orphanage, which attracts over 200,000 visitors each year, is home to lions, cheetahs, jackals, hyenas, ostriches, parrots, and other animals. The Nairobi Animal Orphanage serves as a conservation facility and an education resource for the general public. While seeing these animals in their native habitats is far more majestic, each of the animals in the Nairobi Animal Orphanage has been taken in by park rangers for medical treatment before being placed in a personalized rehabilitation program for a second chance at life. The center's mission is to rehabilitate orphaned animals and strengthen them for release back into their wild natural habitats. Adjacent to the Nairobi Animal Orphanage is the Nairobi Safari Walk, which consists of a raised wooden boardwalk allowing uninterrupted views of wildlife. From this boardwalk, visitors can see a sample of Kenyan animal life, including the rare bongo, white rhino, albino zebras, big cats, antelopes, and primates. It is also home to more than 150 species of indigenous trees. The Nairobi Animal Orphanage is within Nairobi National Park, 20 minutes from the city center. The orphanage is open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and is an all-year-round destination, meaning any time of the year is a prime time to visit. Due to its proximity to the city, the Nairobi Orphanage is a popular destination for family outings and romantic dates. Entry fees for both the orphanage and Safari Walk are 215 shillings for citizens and residents, while non-residents pay $22. Kids are charged half price in each category, respectively. If you want to see diverse wildlife on a budget, the Nairobi Animal Orphanage will get you close to the animals and is also pocket-friendly. Elephants are one of the most iconic, characteristic, and outstanding animals. Despite their size and strength, these creatures are kind and serene. Seeing an elephant up close and personal is always a memorable experience. Most people will likely only see elephants in zoos around the world. However, there is a place where visitors may not only see elephants but also assist care for them. The Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, founded by Daphne Sheldrick in 1977 in memory of her late husband Park Ranger David Sheldrick, has committed itself to rescuing and raising orphaned elephants for almost 40 years. The Sheldrick Wildlife Trust Elephant Orphanage is located in Nairobi National Park and is open to the public for 1 hour every day from 11 a.m. to noon, excluding Christmas. During this time, the orphans arrive for their midday playtime and feeding. The trust has a digital foster program that allows people from all around the world to contribute to their field programs by fostering an orphaned elephant, rhino, or giraffe for themselves or as a gift. Individuals who donate $50 per orphan per year receive a personalized certificate, an interactive map, a monthly update on their orphan's progress, and a watercolor by CEO Angela Sheldrick through email. The Sheldrick Wildlife Trust travels throughout Kenya every day of the year to save orphaned elephants and black rhinos, as well as other animals such as giraffes, hippos, and white rhinos. The elephants progressively transition back into the wild sabo herds after rehabilitation at a rate set by each elephant. The David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust is a terrific site to visit if you are enthusiastic about animals, want to help with their care, and want to make a significant difference. The Giraffe Center is a 94-acre giraffe conservation and breeding center in the Lang'ata suburb southwest of Nairobi. The center opened to the public in the early 1980s, intending to conserve the Rothschild giraffe, which had become endangered due to the loss of its natural habitat in western Kenya. Over the years, Giraffe Center has successfully bred hundreds of Rothschild giraffes, which have been used to repopulate dwindling populations in various Kenyan national parks. Today, the main purpose of the center is to educate Kenyan school children and youth on their country's wildlife and environment, as well as allow tourists to come in close contact with the world's tallest animal. The browsing area gives you a chance to get up close and personal with a giraffe, where you can feed it food pellets and get a sloppy giraffe kiss in return. This is literally why most people come to the Giraffe Center, making it one of the most Instagrammable locations in Nairobi. The center also houses a gift shop, a tea house, and access to a serene nature trail where you can view lots of bird life, squirrels, and the ever-present warthogs. Giraffe Center is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Charges are 400 shillings for residents and $15 for non-residents. Kids pay half price in each category respectively, while the entrance for school groups is free if booked at least 1 week in advance. The Giraffe Center is a must visit if you are ever in Nairobi. Giraffe Manor is a gorgeous boutique hotel in the Lang'ata suburbs of Nairobi City. The manor was constructed in 1932 and modeled on a Scottish hunting lodge. It sits on 115 acres of lush indigenous forest neighboring the Nairobi National Park. This ivy-covered brick mansion was the home of the founders of the Giraffe Center, who after residing here for a few years, had the brilliant idea of turning it into a luxurious 12-room hotel. Giraffe Manor is one of the most iconic and unique hotels in the world. Every morning, the giraffes from the Giraffe Center walk from their natural habitats to the windows of the Giraffe Manor to eat breakfast with the guests. Seriously. They either crane their necks down to reach the lower rooms, or stretch their necks up to reach the windows of the upper floor. They slap up whatever is on the plate with their faces right next to those of the hotel guests. With its beautifully groomed gardens, elegant interiors, wild scenery, star-studded skies and alfresco dinners, it's the perfect destination for those seeking a true African adventure. Giraffe Manor is one of the most popular accommodation choices in East Africa. It is for this reason that availability for Giraffe Manor is often difficult to secure within 6 months of inquiring. This hotel is particularly popular with newlyweds on their honeymoon. The Giraffe Manor has featured in international media as one of the most unique and exclusive hotels in the world. It has hosted famous faces including Mick Jagger, Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts, and Ellen DeGeneres, among others. Unlike other destinations on this list, Giraffe Manor is not a budget destination and it does not accept day visitors. If you want to dine with giraffes, you will have to get a room and they do not come cheap. Room rates at the manor start from $875 per adult sharing per night and $605 per child sharing per night. Having said that, Giraffe Manor is still worth every penny because, hey, where else in the world are you going to eat breakfast with mighty giraffes? You're also paying for full board, all the alcohol you can drink, a beautiful luxury hotel with a top-of-the-line spa and impeccable service. There are few experiences as incredible as spending this much time up close and personal with these beautiful, graceful, gentle creatures. And this makes Giraffe Manor an unmissable Nairobi City attraction. Built as Kenya in miniature, Bomas of Kenya is a tourist village and cultural center in Lang'ata, Nairobi. The word Bomas comes from the Swahili word Boma, which means a homestead. Hence the word Bomas is plural. There are 23 replica villages or Bomas found on the site, each displaying the unique characteristic of their respective ethnic nation. It was established by the government in 1971 mainly as a tourist attraction. Later on, it became a center for the preservation, maintenance, and promotion of the rich and diverse cultural values of various tribal nations of Kenya. The Bomas of Kenya was conceived and planned by Barack Obama Sr., father of US politician and former President Barack Obama. Aside from the homesteads, one of the most important structures of the Bomas of Kenya is the 3,000-seat auditorium, one of the largest in Africa. It is shaped like an African hat and showcases daily song and dance performances from Kenyan ethnic groups. These includes everything from Kalenjin warrior dances to Swahili Taarab music and Gikuyu circumcision ceremony songs, minus the actual circumcision of course. The auditorium was played as the site of Kenyan political milestones, from the writing of the constitution to the holding of political and national functions. Bomas of Kenya also offers a restaurant and open grounds for gatherings, weddings, concerts, and everything in between. The Bomas are open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Performances take place Monday to Friday from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. on weekends and during public holidays. Entrance fees are 50 shillings to 200 shillings for Kenyan citizens, 200 shillings to 300 shillings for East African community citizens and residents, and $5 to $10 for non-residents. The current Blixen Museum is a century-old farmhouse at the foot of Ngong Hills. The original owners of this property were Swedish Baron Bror von Blixen and his wife Baroness Karen Blixen, famous for her memoir Out of Africa, published in 1937. Karen came to Africa in 1914 to marry her half-cousin and do dairy farming in the then British colony of Kenya. Her husband later changed his mind and wanted to farm coffee instead. After the Blixens separated in 1921, Karen continued to live at her house and run the coffee plantation. She returned to Denmark in 1931 after the tragic death of her lover, English hunter Dennis Finch Hatton, who died in a plane crash. The Nairobi upscale neighborhood known as Karen is named after Karen Blixen, as the earliest housing estates in the area were once part of her farm. The house was bought in 1964 by the Danish government and given to the Kenyan government as an independence gift. The Kenyan government used the property as a school until something incredible happened that would change the use of the house forever. In 1985, a Hollywood film adapted from Karen's book was filmed in Kenya, where Karen's former house was a setting in the movie. The film, starring Meryl Streep and Robert Redford, became a huge critical and box office success. It was nominated for 11 Academy Awards, winning 7, including Best Picture and Best Director. The following year, the Kenyan government decided that the house had satisfactory historical significance and thus turned it into a museum. Today, the museum houses the original decor and furniture belonging to Karen, as well as her original 20th century farming equipment. There is also a gift shop offering handicrafts, posters, postcards, the movie Out of Africa, books, and other Kenyan souvenirs. The grounds are rented out for wedding receptions, corporate functions, and other events. The Karen Blixen Museum is open 7 days a week from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Entrance fees are 200 shillings for citizens, 400 shillings for residents, and 1,200 shillings for non-residents. Kids pay half price in each category, respectively. Nairobi Railways Museum. This is where the city was born. Nairobi City was founded in 1899 as a railway depot on the Kenya-Uganda Railway. The railway, nicknamed the Lunatic Express, starts at Mombasa on the Kenyan coast and ends in the interior of Uganda. The Nairobi Railways Museum is next to the Nairobi Central Station, the hub that transformed Nairobi from a grassy plain to the metropolis of today. It is connected by truck to the main station, and some of the old engines are often used for excursions. Nairobi Railways Museum is dedicated to the history of Kenya's rail network. Here you will find an intriguing jumble of antiques, as well as a range of exhibits and artifacts that illustrate the railway's construction and operation. Models of railway locomotives that once ran on the line, photos of the railway throughout its history, and a variety of other oddities, including a fascinating motorized railway bicycle, are among the exhibits. In the surrounding yard are a number of mostly steam and some early diesel locomotives which operated as part of what was initially the Kenya-Uganda Railway. One of the display locomotives was used in the 1985 movie Out of Africa, which I talked about in the Karen Blixen Museum listing. The Nairobi Railways Museum also contains an art center where young artists train in the arts of painting and graffiti. The marriage of rustic beauty and modern art has made the museum a cultural center for thousands of Nairobians. The museum is a popular spot for photoshoots and has appeared in popular music videos of top Kenyan artists like Sauti Sol and Nyashinsky. The museum is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and is perfect for visiting all year round. Entrance fees are 100 shillings for citizens and 400 shillings, that is $4, for non-citizens. If you are looking to learn more about the history of Nairobi, if you want a place to snap cool pictures for the gram, or if you just love art and trains, then the Nairobi Railways Museum is the place for you. So there you have it, 8 of the coolest places to visit in Nairobi City. I wish you all the best in your travels. If you liked this video, leave a comment down below, make sure you press that like button, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. So until next time, kwaheri. Oh, and happy Madaraka Day to my fellow Kenyans.